Okay, so this will be a short practice just exploring a few options for activating the parasympathetic branch of the vagus nerve at any point during the day that you are experiencing stress. And just know that the more often you do this over the course of time, the more you get what is called vagal tone. So it reinforces the activation of that particular nerve to cause calm in the body. And if you repeatedly do that over the course of the day, multiple times over the course of a 16-hour day, what's interesting is it will have an impact on your sleep as well, because you get momentum in the practice and you're training your body to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system. So often it starts to feel like the body and the brain feel like, oh, we're safe, so we can just fall into this state, which is really excellent for health. It's good for blood pressure. It's good for HRV, increases your HRV, which is a healthy thing, lowers your blood pressure, and lowers your heart rate, your resting heart rate and your average heart rate, which is really fantastic. It also feels good. So let's start with some neck stretches. These are interesting because the vagus nerve comes down the sides of the neck near the carotid. And so when we turn our head in a certain way, what happens is it pulls on that nerve a little bit, stretches the nerve as well as the muscles around the nerve, and it activates that vagus nerve. So here we go. Let's start with that. First, we're going to look up to the right a little bit, brings that left muscle around in the front, and just get a nice gentle stretch there for a few seconds. And then let's switch to the other side. Just a few seconds, looking up and to the left. Transitioning back to the right. And then back to the left. And then looking forward, the next thing we're going to do, this bone right behind the ear, what we're going to do is we're just going to gently rub on that bone a few times. Just nice and light. Just bringing all of your attention to the sensations as you do that. Good. And then next, we're going to transition into what we call ocean breathing. The idea behind ocean breathing is we're making the sound by constricting our throat. Sounds like the ocean, sounds like Darth Vader, whatever you want to think about. It's similar to the sound that you would make if you were fogging a mirror. But you're going to make that same sound on the inhale, not just the exhale. So if my mouth is closed, it'll sound like this. Inhale, exhale. So it creates the sound of the ocean, okay? For some people, doing this on the inhale is a little challenging. If you want to do just a normal big inhale through the nose and then constrict the throat on the exhale and prolong the exhale, that works perfectly fine as well. So let's do a few deep breaths. I will guide you with my hand for the inhale and the exhale. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Just relaxing the body as you do this. And one more. Nice. And then one more. This is one of my favorite practices to do anytime I'm experiencing frustration throughout the day. Takes just a couple of breaths, and then your nervous system is reset, and you can go into the next moment as skillfully as possible. This is called the physiological sigh. It's super important that you do this at a slow pace in order to calm the nervous system. If you do this fast, then it activates the nervous system. It looks like this. I'll do a big inhale, and then when I feel like I can't inhale anymore, I'll pull in just a little bit more air nice and quickly. It looks like this. And then slow exhale. Mouth open, just nice and relaxed. Full exhale. And then again. And then one more. Usually just 2 or 3 of those physiological sighs, feeling much better, and can move into the next moment being more skillful. Try them all out. You can do this whole video as a practice if you like, as a formal practice, but you can also take any of these individual techniques, apply them throughout the day, consider it an experiment, have a good time with it, and then we'll talk about it next week.